And we're back. We're gonna try and go through more than one scene this week.
Yay!
He's lying. We only do scene by scene.
We spent 2 hours on one scene.
Hey, don't worry. The next scene coming up, we're literally just going to skip all of it. None of it's going to be seen. It's literally going to be, this episode is nothing than looking at a TV, and then the next episode we're all the way at the end of Flynn's route.
We're actually in Jenna's route by that point.
Yeah, we're actually in Jenna's route.
Oh shit. Well,
did you crash against them?
Nope. Maybe.
Oh no.
Hope not.
Can you not see though?
Oh, I can see. I can see.
Oh, okay.
Some things aren't opening when they should be, so...
Oh no.
You just
what? Discord's up! Discord's up! It's fine!
Okay.
At the end of this scene, you just see, like, it's just a buffer wheel that comes up, and then, like, a black... And then just, like, a black background with white text instead, and then everyone died, and then we're on Jenna's route.
Alright, so we should get back to focusing on this, but before we do, I wanted to point out one quick little thing for anyone who is watching this later. The little screen on the TV there, that is actually a scene from the game Ad Astra, so it's kind of neat that they had already started throwing in details for their other game here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Don't about it. It doesn't matter. Smooth brain.
We might play Ad Astra someday. Maybe the Legend of Tordor Buttspeed will rise someday.
No thoughts, head empty.
I hope so.
No thoughts, head empty.
Anyway,
yeah, I know you're
in this scene, we're gonna have Daxton, Chase, Flynn, and Carl. So Matt, Seb, Harry, you guys ready?
Yep. Sure. I am forever locked in the side character position. Glory be thy name.
You weren't here when we started, Harry.
I'm not mad.
Harry.
Hey, I'm not mad. I got to play Kudzo. Y'all can never beat me.
His name is Kudzu.
Nope, it's Kudzo now.
You kept saying it as Kudzo, and I will... You know what? I'm going to squeak you for the remaining 3 episodes we have every time you say his name wrong.
Well, you know what? Squeak, squeak,
his name becomes a square.
Now you can't put any of that. Boom.
You can still squeak over your own squeaks.
Actually, if you've been paying attention to what I've been doing, whenever someone says squeak, I don't squeak them, but whenever they either are silent and not saying the swear, or they actually do say the swear, I squeak them then.
Sick.
So, don't finish off, Alan. He will edit your voice out of context.
Are you kidding me? My entire
internet video up there, and I'm just like, yes, some racist and or sexist and or other term here. Hate them.
Oh no. I don't do that. I just make it so that way whenever DJ says, "Oh, I was right the entire time," he was actually wrong the entire time.
Look,
yes.
Going back through the videos that were posted, there were so many times I was sitting there going, I was right! You all doubted me!
I still doubt you.
By the way, whenever you're ready, Harry.
Hey, I got it! The internet is kind of slow out here because it's satellite, but it suffices.
Flynn meanders on over, lounging on a love seat on the left side of the living room. His tall stature results in his legs hanging far over the edge, the lizard scratching his exposed chest with a yawn. He cranes his long neck to look back at me and Carl.
You two tits gonna sit all the way back there?
Hold on, I'm coming. Carl gives me a little nudge, and we follow suit, beers and grasp. Looking at Flynn now, I realize that part of me wishes I could go over there and lay beside him. More practically, I sit in the recliner in the center of the room, while Carl and Dax take the other sofa.
Okay, so in this episode, Captain Amicus lands on our planet in the year 1968. He's looking for technology to stop the uprising in the future, but...
Dax, shut up.
No spoilers, dude.
Alright, fine, jeez.
Oh man, scene over, we're already done. Oh, who just joined?
Me.
You're not supposed to be
Oh,
here.
Sam.
I thought you went to the purgatory that is work.
I am. Everyone's asleep.
Ah.
Sick. I wish I could say that at my work.
Are you kidding me, dude? All I do at work all day is listen to YouTube videos or talk to people.
I mean, same.
Oh, and if you can't tell, I got my new phone. I got it yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah,
Congrats.
nice.
Just make sure
I'm
it
not
doesn't
letting
end up
what-
being another chew toy for the
I was about to say,
Wade.
I'm keeping it away from Wub.
We're doing Lord Wade.
The Lord Wub.
I'm just imagining the next time Wub like chews on your phone, you just go back into like the phone store with Wub in hand, going, "I'd like to trade this in."
I like that. I'll do that. But we're not gonna try.
Amicus, the slime women. They're in the engine room.
You know what, Seb? You should be Captain Amicus since that's what we're gonna do eventually.
You have to have like the most stereotypical Superman deep voice from 1950s possible.
Hold on.
Or actually,
Like, how did Kurt sound like?
There's no need to fear.
This leaves
I
me
am
no
here.
choice, Cadet. Activate self-destruct protocol Baker 1-9er.
There we go.
But Captain...
There's no time to debate. Get to the escape pods.
I bet Harry's character is a red shirt.
Oh, absolutely.
Harry is a
Captain.
red shirt.
Captain... The test results just came in. They aren't slime women, they're cell women. Oh my god.
You're done.
They're multiplying as a result of some sort of cancer-like phenomenon. I hate this voice. Never doing this
Love
again.
it. I love it.
it reminds me of the Sly Cooper videos.
Why? It's slime!
Exactly.
Oh my god. 1 sec.
I like the
God,
idea of
this is-
Captain Amicus like prepping, getting himself ready to say his line, while like the fucking cadet is being eaten alive.
But Captain, they're eating.
My god, Cadet. This changes everything. Deactivate self-destruct protocol. If these are cells, then our ship is one sick patient. Cadet, flood engineering with radiation pulses at 3-second intervals. Maximum output.
Kill those fuckers in the engineering wing.
Microwave them.
Anyway.
I still don't understand why the cell women have tits. Why are they women in the first place?
I forgot that line.
Yeah, there's a line.
Oh, why all the lay officers don't wear pants?
Are they just like...
Because the
skirts or,
sci-fi show
like-
from the 50s.
I'm
Like,
assuming they're all in skirts, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
That's what I'm gonna
I'm,
say.
I'm trying to think
You're
about
just
like
pantsless.
I'm thinking about like the original Star Trek and what images I've seen because I've never watched it myself. But I
Yeah.
don't remember any of the women actually wearing pants either.
I don't
I'm
either.
sure
pretty sure
they
they all
wore
wore skirts.
Although actually they weren't super sexualized for the time period, but yeah, I think they all do wear skirts.
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
wear
Now
skirts.
they can wear pants.
Yeah, I'm not
Um,
saying they were sexualized, but it is
Ain't
weird to
nobody
think
wear
that they didn't wear pants.
Well, I mean, in TNG they do.
Okay, good.
Do they?
So, yeah, in the Next Generation. Well, in the Next Generation, it's kind of actresses / character's choice.
Yeah.
So, for example, the empath, who is viewed as slightly more attractive and she flirts a lot, yeah, she's in a skirt. But,
Right,
like,
right.
the Doctor, I believe, wears pants.
Oh yeah, the Doctor does wear pants.
Data's crush, what's her name?
Oh, the one engineering woman.
Not the engineering woman, the head of security. I
The
forget
one
her
who
name.
dies
She
at
wears
the end of
pants.
season 1?
Shoot.
Anyway, she wears pants.
Wore pants.
Since she's dead.
Or- And then actually I haven't seen as many of the original, but it basically is. It's kind of fun to see the original and the one from the 80s because the original is very much so like white guy American punches things to fix all problems.
Basically.
And the one from the 80s is very much so like 80s world culture where we sit down and like respect cultures that aren't our own and think real hard before we do any contact. Sorry, I'm getting off my nerd horse for a second.
And this has been our Star Trek podcast. Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
This is coming from somebody who's only watched one season of Next Generation.
I've watched no Star Trek.
Same
Oh,
here,
God.
Sam. High
You
five.
guys call yourselves nerds.
Amount of
I'm
the
on that right
original-
now.
Hold up. I've
And
already stated multiple
Generation.
times that I am not a sci-fi nerd.
Me neither.
I am a certified Star Wars fan by most groups. The fact that I've even watched a single season of Star Trek just even is.
I'm just going to sit here in a corner slightly sad if you don't mind.
I'm a special kind of nerd, and I'm called the weeb.
That's fair.
I'm an all-encompassing nerd.
See, my
To some
nerd
extent,
tree
so am
expresses
I.
itself by picking out weird shit and then exposing the rest of you to it.
Which 90% of it seems to
Kind
be
of are.
furry stuff for some reason, but okay, it's fine. We won't
what
think
was
about
that?
it.
What was that? Harry?
Nothing,
Were
no,
you
it's
saying
fine.
that
Something
all
about
that's
furry
furry
shit.
stuff? Because if that's
Nope.
the case, I understand.
He's a furry. It's okay.
So,
Alright,
Wouldn't be
let's
shocked
move
at
on.
this point,
whatever
honestly.
you want to be.
Yeah, you can be whatever you want. We believe in you, Alan. Only 90% of
Hooray.
the time, but it's fine.
But yeah, no, I also pick out some like non-furry stuff too. I'm trying to think here about like To the Moon. That's a good one. I've also
Yeah,
got a
not
few
a
other
furry.
games that I'm like wanting us to go through at some point, such as Before Your Eyes. So
Neat.
anyway,
Oh, but hold on real quick. I gotta tell Hannah and DJ they missed me being so angry at Danganronpa that I wanted to quit it.
Wait, what?
that is what
I
happened
got-
last Thursday.
So, quick recap. We were going through the clues and everything, and I was trying to get Byakuya to pop up to say, hey, you gotta look at this guy's room. Well, he never popped up. And I redid everything, and I got so angry, and it turned out I didn't click on one specific thing.
Yep.
And it took half an hour.
I've been there.
My friend
Alright.
keeps berating me because he gave me Fate like a year ago, and like he's like, hey, you should play these visual novels. They're good. And I was like, yeah, I don't really play visual novels, but if I ever do play a visual novel, that'll be the first one I play. Meanwhile, here I am with Echo,
It's
the
not.
first visual novel I've ever played.
I still haven't played Fate either.
I
But I
know,
have
it's
other
great,
plans.
right?
I have other things to do right now.
It's great just listening to him rage in the background about, oh yeah, remember when you said that it'd be the first visual novel you'd play, Harrison? Yeah, what happened to that?
Show him the videos of Echo and be like, hear him doing kudzu.
Okay,
Wait,
now,
then he
I will
makes
say
it.
this. So, like,
Oh, I
when it
forgot.
comes to, like, these visual novels and everything, I know I've jokingly shown you guys, like, stuff from, like, Ad Astra, Liar, and Far Beyond the World, but, like, the thing was, I've never actually wanted us to seriously do those. It's just more because, like, oh, it's kind of funny, and it's a nice little, like, way to, like, see how we could do alternate voice acting stuff. Echo was the only one that was like, no, we seriously should play this, because I looked at this game, played through, and was like, holy crap, this is actually seriously good.
Which one is that one? It's an embryo.
Either way, we should actually get back to this, because we're already starting
Minor problem,
drift back.
I have a minor problem with the smoke room, and that is the fact that it's never mentioned, as far as to my knowledge, it's never mentioned.
What's never mentioned? Harry?
Harry? Did Harry die?
I think so. It wasn't me this time, yay!
Yay.
Well,
Is everyone else here?
I'm still here, and I hear you.
I'm still here. And I can hear you.
We're here.
Okay,
Okay.
so we got 4 people out of 7. Seb, Matt,
scared me.
you 2 still alive?
Yeah.
Alright. Seb, are you alive?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's just Harry who died.
It was just weird when it was just me and Alan talking. We're like, did everyone else start?
Alright. While we wait for Harry, I'll just go ahead and continue on with the plot.
Yeah.
30 minutes later.
Decided to die for some reason.
Oh, here he is! Carl takes another glug of his beer, this being his third so far.
I can't hear anybody. Why is that?
Just in time for Harry's line.
No.
Die, Harrison.
As per Seb's rule, die.
Oh, man.
And as per Harry's rules, shut up, Seb.
No. I refuse.
I have to play both sides.
You don't have to be devil's advocate.
I'm Switzerland.
Who joined? Who joined?
I'm pretty certain that was
United
Harry
Nations
disconnecting and reconnecting. He's probably trying to connect so that way he can like hear
Hello?
us again.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can
Yes.
hear you.
Oh,
Can
awesome.
you hear us?
The computer decided to die for some reason.
Oh, neat.
It did at the perfect time for you.
I know, just as I was about to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Even my computer knows not to let me speak.
Shut up.
God, I don't even remember what I was going to say either.
Well, then you should probably just say your line so we can get back to the plot.
Right. Ah, God, what
Wait,
is
there's a plot?
actions?
There
Huh?
it is.
The name of the podcast would be Friends Talking for a While and Distracting Themselves Constantly.
That's
It's
just
a-
any podcast.
Oh, right. I
almost-
was going to ask, why in the smoke room is the Great War never brought up? It is 1950. Or 1915.
It's because that's the troubles abroad. That's not when America was involved. Because remember, this is still taking place in America.
I know. I just want to be salty about it.
I understand, but yeah, that I do know about that time period in the conflict in the actual in like Europe and everything was called the Troubles. At that point, they didn't realize it was going to be the World War quite yet, or the Great War.
What is Daxton's voice again? I don't remember.
He's a nerd.
It's your voice.
Oh, yeah. I said I was going to show you the bad ones,
Oh my
guys.
god.
Daxton looks a little defensive, leaning forward on the edge of a seat, his plump tail wrapped around the armrest.
Why did he describe his tail as plump? Okay, stop being thirsty.
No, you can't stop me.
He stopped.
Again, like Corwin, Chase was dying, and the first thing that came to his mind was, that's hot.
You know, it's great that the one ace of the group ended up playing the fucking horn dog.
Yeah, that's real funny.
Literally, though, Jesus.
Right.
The only person in the group that he doesn't sleep with is TJ, and he tries his hardest.
People or the guy that is Chase.
Alright. Carl idly chucks the throw pillow at the salamander. Matt.
I'm not complaining, dude.
He laughs a little, and Dax sneezes, chucking it back at him with a bit more force. Carl takes the blow like a champ, in the regard that he doesn't even react beyond smiling goofily. It's surprising to see Carl comfortable like this around a stranger. I can't help but feel kind of happy that he can still come out of his shell every now and then.
Fucking dumb. How does anyone take this shit seriously?
Dude, you're not a fucking nerd.
They don't. We certainly aren't. I glance over toward Flynn, who's digging in his pockets for his phone. He taps the unlock button, squinting at the bright screen. The black and orange scales on his face seem to glow silver and yellow in the light. I find myself leaning forward a little, trying to read the tiny text on the screen.
Leave it.
Well, okay, fine. Leo, I am hanging out with Flynn right now.
For once, it's not me.
Takes me a moment to realize that Flynn isn't looking at the screen anymore. He's looking at me.
It's
Because-
not me, it's you. You're a terrible partner. Please go away.
Oh. My heart.
You don't have one. That's why we broke up.
I thought Flynn,
What?
Flynn just finished looking at otter porn on his phone.
They're like,
God. We don't need more otter porn in this game.
Only for
we don't
there's
have
never
a-
enough for Leo and
that's why we
Flynn.
broke up.
What was that, Hannah?
Wait, I was telling DJ what you said because I moved the computer.
Ah, okay. He huffs, moving the screen away from my view before beginning to text something. Is it...
Sad line.
Oh. No, it's not Leo.
Flynn stares at his phone some, sort of expectant expression upon his muzzle.
I don't mean to be all prying and such, but who's Leo?
The guy with the giant dog.
Wait, hold on a second. You don't know who Leo is?
Daxton
Okay,
seems
what
to be
a
asking
moment.
me this. My ex. Flynn glances back for a moment, though...
Randall, leave it.
Randall.
Randall is not being a good boy.
You know who I don't have to worry about? My kids.
Leo's a guy?
Yes.
You're disappointed.
Cool!
The salamander frowns in an acknowledging fashion, nodding his head some before refocusing his
Randall.
attention back to the TV. Also, I just realized, of like the 5 side characters, I think that actually most of them are either straight or just are actually like interested in guys at least.
Kudzu.
Kudzu's gay.
No, I'm saying like there's only 2 exceptions to that, and now that's out of 5. Because I don't remember Raven being interested in guys. I don't remember Julian expressing actual interest in guys. He was more expressing interest in being friends with TJ. And then you've got Daxton here, who I don't think is interested in a relationship with a guy either.
They're like the only dudes in Echo that are straight.
Yeah. That's
Randall.
weird.
Daxton is... I don't know.
See,
I don't
Daxton I
I
don't
don't-
think is gay, or at least I don't think he seems... He might be bi, possibly, but if he
I
is, like,
would
he's
argue-
definitely more hetero, in my opinion.
I would argue on bi, however, he is incredibly shy.
Okay, I could agree with that.
Because he did hit it off great with that one gay dude at
I
the
forgot about
bar.
that. Don't spoil shit, remember?
Okay,
I mean,
yeah, but like...
I'm almost entirely straight, but I do like I'm a what on the scale of like the 1 through 5. I'm like 1.1, but I do hit it off. But I could still hit off.
You're
Well,
talking
you
about the
guys-
Kinsey scale, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that actually goes from 0 to 6. 0 being completely
Okay,
hetero
then I'm like
and,
a 0.5. But like that doesn't mean that I that I wouldn't like totally hit it off with a gay dude at a bar.
okay.
Like that's a thing.
The
Yeah,
salamander... Oh, yeah?
Sorry, I was talking to my dog.
Oh, okay.
Dude.
It's like chill. It's like, no, you don't want this beer around you.
The salamander frowns in acknowledging fashion, nodding his head some before refocusing his attention back to the TV. Captain Amicus is in the midst of being attacked by the slime women. Even with the
You know,
prosthetics
that's
and
kind of
lighting.
porn.
Oh, what now?
That's a kind of porn.
Even with the prosthetics and lighting, I can tell that all the slime women are actually a bunch of amphibians in green body paint. Flynn's phone vibrates again. He taps at it, clearly not really much of a fast texter. After finishing his text, he hastily shoves the phone back in his pocket.
I don't know.
He pushes himself up from the couch, unruffling his shirt before meandering over toward a bowl in the kitchen to get his truck keys. Wait, what?
Aw, come on, Slithead.
Daxton briefly smirks at Carl's turn before seconding. Harry?
When
Did Harry disconnect?
He's muted currently, so not sure.
Harry, he might be away.
Okay.
Dude.
Well then, DJ, would you like to be temporary Daxton?
Sure, yet again. Yeah, this is actually pretty fun.
Where are you going?
Oh, you should get back to the motel before the others start pitching.
I feel my face grow hot, my fists starting to clench. Okay, maybe drop the mysterious act, asshole. Flynn just heads off to the front door, swatting his tail against the kitchen island and flicking me off as he exits. Flynn! He's out the door without further comment, and I can hear the chirping sound from his truck outside as he unlocks it.
Fucking moody, right?
Think something's up with him?
Carl shakes his head.
Nah, he's just trying to look cool.
It isn't working.
Dude gets uncomfortable with casual social stuff, I think.
He's 25 years old. This is bullshit. I wish he'd just be straight with me.
I think
Dax-
that's impossible for him.
I'm pretty sure, TJ, I'm pretty sure that Chase does not want Flynn to be straight with him.
Daxon snickers, though quickly shakes his head, stifling it. What?
If he was being straight with you, you wouldn't be getting so pissed about this, I think. Straight as in you two not making non-each.
I think it's macking.
Yeah,
Macking non-each.
I get it. I sigh, letting myself sink back into the suede fabric of my chair. It automatically reclining for me the more pressure I put upon it. I'm starting to regret Carl finding out about all this. If he didn't know, it wouldn't be so much of a thing. It would have been easier to just pretend it never even happened in the first place. And I wouldn't have to deal with lying to the guy I loved for most of my teenage life.
I'm gonna hit play again. Is that alright?
I'm staring at the ceiling now, but I can feel both of them looking at me. Go ahead. I'm just gonna close my eyes for a little while, okay?
Gotcha, dude.
We'll wake you if anything cool happens.
So we'll wake you in the morning.
This is when Daxon punches Carl.
Gonna get a beer. Be right back.
I shut my eyes and hear the trademark Ad Astra music resume. A large paw gently pats my shoulder, followed by an audible hoof clops on the kitchen floor behind me. I stare up at the unmoving ceiling fan above me. In the dark, everything looks all grainy. It seems like the lights are still on, but the dimmer is so low they might as well not be. Must be a salamander thing. Speaking of, him and Carl aren't here anymore? I try to recollect how much time had passed since I closed my eyes. It feels like just a minute ago. As I rise to a stand, I feel kind of sluggish for some reason, like my legs are still asleep. My face feels kind of numb too. I always feel worse after taking naps. I'm not really sure if I get the appeal of taking them once a day like my mom does. Moving to the nearby window, I squint at my reflection. I look like hell. And who shaved off my goatee? I blink. It's still not there. I'm not that heavy of a sleeper, so I would have felt someone doing that. I don't think Carl's that cruel, is he? I turn, peering towards Daxon's room. His door is open, and his bed is empty. They left me here. Why? My phone vibrates in my pocket. It's Leo.
I'm coming.
What? I text him back, though I seem to have caught an awful case of the Flynn. My texting dexterity is awful right now. Everyone's left. I think I'm alone at Flynn's now? While I'm at it, I also send a quick text to Carl and Flynn, asking them where they are. A vibrating noise comes from the kitchen after I send Flynn's message. He must have left it when he went out. When I walked into the kitchen, I see the phone propped up against the key bowl on the island countertop that Flynn swatted earlier. The screen's brightness illuminates everything around it with a picture of my face. It's low resolution, like he cropped and stretched it himself from one of my social media pictures. The photo was from a class trip I took sophomore year to the Carbud Caverns. I'm wearing a hard hat that doesn't fit. The way the phone is propped up, it almost looks like it's on display. It's a weird way to place it. I know I shouldn't snoop through his phone, but if he wants to act all mysterious and dismissive, he's leaving me not much choice. Also, someone shaved off my goatee. That warrants enough of an emergency, I guess. Look, Chase really cares about that goatee. He loves it like a brother.
You don't shave off Chase's goatee without having consequences. You don't hop up there without having consequences.
Meanwhile, there are no consequences.
What's he gonna do? Limply, like, flail at you?
No, what is he gonna do? Try to seduce you?
My dog?
No, Chase. I tap the screen and my message appears.
Off!
Okay, God. Leo is so mean to me.
Get off other people's phones.
Only I can do that.
This
might
only
have to
goes
speak
well.
to that.
Nothing bad ever comes from, going on somebody else's phone without their knowledge.
Oh my gosh.
Just ask Leo.
Yep.
Exactly. Nothing bad ever comes from it. Only good things.
I ask him where he is, and I tell him that everyone left. Tabbing back, I see one other message. The rest seems to have been deleted. It's from someone named Ryan. He has no given profile picture.
Deleted.
Who wants to be Ryan?
Randall.
Sure, I'll be Ryan.
Okay.
Okay, cool. This can only go one way, and it's a funny way, so sure.
Mm-hmm.
Ours at 33 South Alloway, off of Hankley Route 93. Wink.
Hankley 93? I think that's by the casino, near the edge of the reservation. I spent most of the day looking at a map of the county, so I think I have a good spatial sense of where it is now. The question is, why did Flynn leave this here with just this message on it? It's like he wanted me to find it. He wanted me to follow him.
Yes, that's exactly what he wanted you to do.
Actually, it kind of is.
Yeah, funny enough. Flynn's like,
Oh.
yeah, you followed me, good.
Yeah, no, he legit propped the phone up against a fruit bowl, so that way when Chase texted him, it would go off and you would see it, you know? So it's a weird one, but he did do it on purpose.
Flynn fully expects Chase to be this much of a snoop. It's great.
Jesus, does he think I'm that much of a snoop? Because apparently I am. This time it's my phone that buzzes. Another message from Leo.
Hey.
Huh? I type a quick response. I have to go. Sorry, Leo. I shove my phone back into my pocket and head outside. It's actually nippy out in comparison to the heat of the day. Sheet cloud and cover is about half the sky above, and there's a tinge of humidity in the air, which would be a welcome relief considering it was fucking like 98 throughout the day.
Dude, it was so hot.
It was gross.
Oh, here at my house, the thermostat we have outside, the highest it read was at 115.
Wow.
Sick.
I
Man,
mowed the
thought
lawn today.
I thought my car was freaking out when it told me the temperature was at 105 at one point.
Mine was 109.
Yeah, no, driving in this weather is really bad because, especially with being on the road, you cannot believe how many exploding tires we've seen today, or at least the people in my family who are truck drivers.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Because hot weather truck driver is not fun.
Yeah, no, a lot of exploding tires.
Man. Which is surprising. We usually get less than an inch of rain this time of year. Another text? Leo again.
I had to decipher that.
Are you serious?
I sighed.
It took me so long.
What was that, Sam?
I said it took me so long to decipher that I'm getting out touch.
Are you
Man,
serious?
Randall is just not behaving tonight.
Well, it was either Randall not behaving or my cats, and unfortunately the cats are unavailable.
Oh, there are times where it's both of them not behaving.
I mean, that's true.
I sighed, putting my phone back and getting my keys out. I'll think of something and apologize later.
Just send them a naked pic of you, it'll be fine.
I don't feel nearly as sluggish as I did before, thankfully.
There's
Once
a
inside my
foot-
car, I put my keys in the ignition, enough to keep the inside lights on while I fiddle with the GPS. Man, okay, DJ, do you need us to pause for a bit while you handle Randall?
Here. I'll mute ourselves.
Okay, sorry. 33 South Allo Way. Got it. Looks like it'll be about a 22-minute drive, according to this thing. Hey, Matt, guess what? Matt? Matt? Oh no, did he disconnect?
Oh,
I was getting something to drink.
Oh, okay, I just heard someone disconnect, so...
Dude. Where are you going?
I look over. Carl and Daxton are staring at me through the passenger window. Concerned expressions on their faces. Well, a concerned expression on Daxton's face. Carl just looks drunk. What? Where have you guys been?
With you?
Oh, okay, I guess Harry disconnected, it sounds like.
Well, he's muted, certainly.
Oh, okay. Why the hell did you guys shave off my goatee? That's the first thing that comes out of Chase's mouth. Oh, you guys are back. Why'd you shave my goatee?
Dude, are you like allergic to Havarti or something?
It was actually Gorgonzola. That Havarti Flynn wanted was sketchy.
Carl smiles lopsidedly at Daxton.
Dastardly.
What are you? I reach up to grab my chin, feeling the familiar scruff of dark brown hair upon my paw pads. I feel my heart start to thump heavy in my chest. What the hell? Daxton opens the passenger door.
You sure you should be driving? You're kind of wigging out. No offense.
I angle the rearview mirror down toward me. Sure enough, there it is on my chin. I'm sorry, I could have sworn that was missing earlier.
Well, you were sleeping. Could have been a nightmare.
I read about all this stuff online. It's your subconscious playing out your deepest desires, man.
I do like that he's so drunk that he goes, shuff.
Every stuff all up.
Carl's flirtsome, looking like a mix of dazed and chipper. I don't think so, Carl. But look, are you guys coming with me? I think Flynn wanted us to follow him.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. He's back.
Yeah, I am sorry. I had to take care of something.
Okay.
Oh, you're alright.
Yeah, we saw the message.
They did?
I don't know how I don't know. He's a kind of a private guy, but we're wrong. If we're wrong, he's going to be pissed.
We could think of like an away mission.
Even in the dark, I can practically feel Daxon cringe.
Oh God, Carl, why did you pronounce the T at the end of that? You went out of your way to pronounce the T.
He's using the proper British English. Like I've told you about the glottal stop before. If you're doing the proper British English, you would enunciate the T's.
Okay. Oh God, Carl, why?
I don't know. I'll go with you, but I'll hang back in the car.
I'm still a bit reeling from the whole facial hair fiasco, but the banter is making me feel better. Well, you could be tactical support?
This is why I don't usually share my interests with other people.
Carl clambers into the backseat first, nearly toppling over. Daxon climbs up front, a little tipsy, but he seems to have most of his motor functions intact.
Lucky I don't have classes on Fridays.
I squint, trying to peer beyond what is illuminated by my headlights. Driving feels difficult right now. My nerves are kind of fried, tingling beneath my fur. I end up overcorrecting on every slight turn.
Hey buddies, here's the one rule of Echo, always drive drunk. Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't know. Wasn't Chase one of the more sober ones in the group?
God, can we just take a second to realize what a disaster this is going to be for all three of them if they get pulled over? All three of them are drunk and one of them's underage. This is terrible.
Yeah,
they're
one
all
that's
going
the
to
most
jail.
drunk is the one that's underaged.
I know, they're all going to jail.
Oh, wait, Carl's underage?
Yeah, he's only 20 according... Well, in this route, I don't think they said that he's not legally able to drink, but I know another route did state outright that he wasn't able to legally drink because he hadn't turned 21 yet. Yeah, so, it's weird.
Wait, so... But Chase is old enough to drink?
Yeah, you can see why there's a problem with, like, this math here.
Unless, like, a year that some of them turn 21 and others don't.
But the thing is, Chase and Carl are in the same grade, and Chase's birthday most likely happens after Carl's.
Chase
it might be
got held back a year?
It might be like they were born in the same year, or not in the same year, but like the I was born in 1999, but my cousin was also born in 1999, but since his birthday is before mine, he's in a grade higher than I am.
Yeah, because the thing is, the cutoff is somewhere in, like, July, I want to say. It's, like, July or August, when, like, that's the cutoff for, like, which grade you're going to end up being in.
So it's probable that Chase was born a year earlier, but after that cutoff.
Yeah, most likely Carl's a 94 birthday, and Chase is a 93 birthday. Probably, like, late, probably somewhere, like, in, like, the fall months of 93, while Carl is definitively at the end of April. So he has to be 94 then.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, thinking about, like, the math there, yeah, no, Chase would have to be then older, technically, but with a later birthday in the year. That has to be it.
Yeah.
It's possible that Chase got held back a grade.
It's possible. Because, yeah. Because, yeah, the thing is, the year in this game is 2015. Carl is going to turn 21 in 2015, but Chase is already 21. Yeah, no, that has to be it. So, Chase has to be a, like, later half of the year, 93 birthday. Doesn't help that this shitty state highway is so meandering and completely devoid of light. Out here, even the main stretches of road sidewind around the hills and mountains. I guess I'm used to Pueblo, where they just flatten or tunnel through everything. My issue right now also might be stemming from the fact that I'm still a little inebriated. Fuck. I used to be so damn hard on Leo whenever he drank and drive, and now here I am. Maybe I should have brought my meds. We arrived in 1 mile.
Chase.
I loosened my grip on the wheel some, peering in the rearview mirror and catching a glint of Carl's green eyes looking back at me.
This feels familiar, don't it?
I furrow my brow. I'm not sure what he means.
We were both just starting high school.
Route 65!
Woohoo.
I don't know what you're talking about. Carl doesn't respond, and a silence follows. He stares out his window with his gaze lulled, his phone sitting idly in his lap. Daxton looks curiously at us now, though when neither of us speaks up, he goes back to picking at the planet's print on his shirt.
Kinda like I'm sneaking out to go to a party or something.
He looks over at me with a slight smile. Well, we might be.
We're gonna arrive at this address and find Flynn in a gimp suit surrounded by a warehouse full of rubber ducks.
Carl lets out a quiet rumble of a snicker.
I wish that wasn't true.
Yeah, man. This is a real familiar.
Yeah, because they did this, and I think Carl made a similar joke about finding Leo in that type of situation.
I think he did.
Yep, he did.
We passed the flat concrete pad where an old gas station once stood. Again, I think Carl is about to speak, but he says nothing.
I don't get out much, you know?
Really? Around here, there's not much to get out to. The salamander rolls his shoulders, then shakes his head.
I could always drive to Peyton. I've got my scooter. It just doesn't feel worth it, you know? I mean, not just gas or monetary reasons. It just isn't comfortable being away from home. I've got basically everything I need. I've got a Prime delivery account that drops off groceries at my doorstep. It's weird how easy it feels like that's normal. I surround myself with TV, books, video games, and the fact I'm alone in the middle of the desert doesn't affect me.
You got Flynn for company, don't you?
We keep to our separate sides of the house, usually. Sometimes almost whole weeks go by without actually seeing him.
There's always the internet, dude. You got online friends and all of that stuff for gaming, right?
Daxton adjusts his seat, giving himself some more legroom.
I post on a fan forum pretty regularly. I'm a moderator. Oh my god, he's a moderator. Next thing you know, he's gonna say kitten.
Let me guess. For a...
Ad Astra, yep.
Give me your phone.
Daxton blinks.
What?
Girl makes a grabby motion with his paw towards Daxton.
Gimme.
Oh, damn it, my fucking email went off. I'm gonna
Don't.
pause this.
We didn't
'cause
hear it.
We're back?
Taco Bell is worse than McDonald's.
No.
Okay, well, you've chosen to throw that in there, so.
Just
Carl
They
makes a
showed me
grabby
violence.
motion with his paw towards Daxton.
give it to me for 1 second.
Gimme.
Daxton clutches his cell to his chest, looking uneasy toward the drunken ram.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna go through your messages or nudie pics. Who do you think I am? Chase?
That one stings a bit. Ass.
Funny. True.
Daxton slowly relents, keeping a close eye on Carl as he gives him his phone. He taps at it in silence for about 15 seconds before passing it back.
There, you got me in your contacts. I also put my username for games and stuff if you want to play today, if you want to play together on PC.
Oh, thanks.
The salamander quickly checks the screen before looking back to Carl.
I'll send you a message or something when I get home if you ever want to play a game, or if you need to hook up with some ice cream.
If I need to hook up with some ice cream.
Hey, he's panicking. He doesn't have friends.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't. But the same thing can also be said for Carl in some capacity. Not saying that his friend group is bad, but they're not there is the problem. But Daxton is there.
You see, here's the truth. Carl has liquor. Daxton's just a nerd. Daxton doesn't know how to interact with people.
Carl makes a flubbering noise with his mouth.
Ice cream boy at your service, dude, man.
Surface?
At your surface.
Service.
Daxton titters some, shaking his head.
Just kidding with the last part. I wouldn't ever do that. I mean, you must get sick of hearing that all the time.
Carl shakes his head, even after he begins speaking.
Nah, I don't like tell people that shit at very often because it's you know? Though I totally will hook you up. I used to do that for Flynn and Leo. But then Flynn went on his whole health food bullshit.
Ice cream's bad for you. Die, Leo. Nobody. Or die.
I don't know. He stopped asking.
You're right. My arms stiffen, and I swerve onto the off-ramp with more gusto than I meant. I feel the other's eyes on me, and I try to act casual. Looks like this is it up ahead.
Kind of out in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? This isn't the reservation yet, right?
I look toward the horizon. I can just make out the familiar glint of the Blue Diamond Casino past one of the rolling hills. Everything out here is in the middle of nowhere, but no, the reservation is on the other side of the casino.
Do you guys ever go out here?
No. I'm not much for gambling.
I bet gun skins on ranked matches online sometimes. That place is mainly for really old people packed in their RVs. Flynn and I were talking about it the other day. Like, they paint the ceilings all blue sky colored, don't display any clocks, and simulate sunlight inside. Trick the seniors into staying longer.
That's massive.
Capitalism at its finest, dude, man.
Is that my nickname now?
What?
Dude, man.
Sounds like Daxton.
Most people just call me Dax.
Your destination is ahead in 400 yards. Carl seems like he's about to say something, but quiets as we all see our destination.
Oh, jeez.
I turn off the road. The loosely packed gravel seems to scatter under my tires. We're here. It's a long red building. The exterior is mostly dilapidated, the wood siding falling apart in places. I can see only 2 windows, both of which have colored construction paper blocking the view inside. There's no signage indicating what the hell the name of this place even is. Well, at least none right now. It looks like there's some broken neon lettering along the roof's edge, but I can't make out anything legible from it. There's about a half dozen cars parked behind the building. Flynn's truck is the only one out front.
He is here for sure.
The salamander reaches into his pocket, and to my surprise, pulls out Flynn's phone. When did you grab that? Daxton cocks his head at me, holding up the phone.
Right after we looked at it?
I rub my forehead. Were Daxton and Carl really inside the house with me earlier, and I just didn't notice them?
You okay, Chase? Nervous about talking to Flynn?
Just pretend he's in his underwear. Then intimidate him with your erection until he's no longer mad at us for stalking him.
The ram nods sagely, giving me a bit of a serene look. I stare back at him.
That's how the gays work. I read it on the blog site.
Oh Lord.
He holds up
Wow.
his phone.
Wow.
The one with all the gays.
I feel myself smirking a little. I'm fine, guys. Just had a weird nap earlier. Still getting my brain unfuzzed.
Cool, but,
Carl looks back towards the building.
I'm still gonna chill here in the car.
He clears his throat.
Randall. Here, mute us. Sorry, guys.
Okay. He clears his throat, sitting more upright.
Tactical support.
Daxton covers his face with his dark hands.
Cadet Hunter and Lieutenant Daxton, prepare to beam out.
Thanks, Captain Carl. Make sure to, scan for life signs and report any anomalies.
Oh, God.
Daxton exits the car in embarrassment.
Kill me now, please.
Oh no, man. Lieutenant Daxton beamed out too early. His particles are destabilizing.
Jesus. I hear enough of this and of this stuff moderating the roleplay sub forum. I don't need to hear it IRL.
He walks up to one of the front windows, seemingly trying to
Adorable.
peer inside through one of the gaps in the construction paper. I open the door, about to head out when I feel Carl's paw on my shoulder.
Hey, man.
I blink some, looking back at him. The parking lot light overhead gives his fur a sort of orangey appearance, and his eyes look blue.
You've been, like, really quiet tonight. I know I haven't been around you in 2 years, but you're still acting, I don't know, weird from what I remember.
Carl.
Just don't worry, okay?
He looks to the building.
You know how he gets. But overall, Flynn's cool.
He leans back in his seat, pulling up his phone. The illuminating blue glow of the screen replaces the faint orange of the streetlight.
Just don't tell him I said that.
I exhale, smiling despite myself. Alright, Carl. I turn around, pausing. I know you have your interview, but we should talk later. Catch up properly.
You know it, man.
And I'm glad you're getting on well with Daxton, truly. I see him grinning in the rearview mirror.
It's weird. He's like Selenite me online, but in real life, you know.
They are cute together.
I'm not sure I follow.
Meh. Don't worry about it. Don't get murdered in there.
Introverts unite.
I snark dryly. I'll try not to. I step out and nearly close the door on my tail. I must have been more distracted than I thought. Seeing Daxton against the side of the building, I can't help but think he looks downright eerie. He doesn't have scales like Flynn, so he's just this rubbery black color that blends into the shadows, as suspicious as that sounds. When he turns towards me, his eyes stick out like headlights in the night.
Hey, Chase, check this out.
He beckons me over towards a small metal sheet by the door. I step closer. Some words are engraved in the front. So you've heard of us. A winking smiley face is pictured below the text. What the hell?
I know, right?
He moves towards the door, his thick tail flicking in an anticipatory sway behind him.
Kim
What?
with the analogy. What is it? Adjective? Adjectives. His tail. Stop it, Chase.
Okay, remember how I showed you guys in Route 65? Chase was a literary nerd. He's dialed it back some, but he's still a literary nerd at heart.
Nah, I feel like Chase just has a tail fetish.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that I can say that counters that, and the only thing I can think of is that Carl doesn't have that much of a tail.
Yeah, but he's got one.
But that's only one route, so...
Exactly. Just because you get in a relationship where your kink isn't really on the forefront doesn't mean that you still don't have that kink.
Yeah.
Listen, Chase just wants to chase some tail.
Oh god,
but
that was
that's the
bad.
problem, like, with Carl. Carl doesn't have one.
One?
I appreciate that Sam hated every minute of that.
I
It
did.
made it worth it.
I'm surprised he can control that thing.
Watch it be locked. God, why did it say that so terribly?
There are times where I've had weird stuttery reads, so don't you worry. Might as well try. After you, Lieutenant.
Don't start. Please, don't start.
At least not out of the bedroom.
Also, I just checked your message, Harry. Yes.
So I told you, sometimes you're in a relationship where your kink isn't really something you can express. It's fine.
Wait. Oh my god.
Does that mean if he's with
It's
Carl,
a
he
spoiler
can
for
put
something later.
I don't want to
the tail
know.
on Carl?
You don't,
It
not
makes
right
sense.
now. He grasps the handle, and the door opens with ease. Daxon looks over to me once more, and we step inside. The smell of decades worth of cigarette smoke and dust hit my nose instantly. Daxon coughs, trying to muffle himself as we see the shadows of various patrons through the dimly lit bar. Everything near the counter is illuminated with a sort of green tinge, while the rest of the establishment has red lighting. Well, in the places that it does have lighting, I've never been inside a restaurant or bar this dark before. The walls are mainly decorated with faded 1950s beer adverts, and a mounted CRT monitor near the entrance looks to be streaming an old cricket match. I don't see any bartenders or waiters. Nobody's behind the bar.
Huh.
Daxon half speaks, half whispers. Maybe we should take a seat, so it doesn't look like we're gawking?
Yeah, good idea.
We move toward the closest table to the entrance. The location leaves us completely enshrouded in darkness. There's a lamp above us, but it looks broken. The copper wiring hanging out where the bulb is supposed to go.
I haven't seen Flynn yet. Have you? It's hard to see in here.
I sort of assumed salamanders had better night vision.
Woof.
No, not yet. Squinting, I try to get my eyes to adjust to the darkness. Two large figures get up from their bar stools and head toward the pool table, each grabbing a cue. They both appear to be equine, middle-aged and male, decked out in polo shirts and slacks.
Hold on, when I read the decked out in polo shirts and slacks, I immediately thought of you, Ellen.
I know. I used to always wear polo shirts, but the weird thing is, honestly, since the pandemic began, I actually switched to, like, wolf t-shirts, so I wear, like, a lot of those now.
Oh god, have I ever seen you not in a polo, Alan?
Probably not, because you haven't seen me in person since the pandemic, so.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
yeah, no,
Lord.
I have, like, a new entire, like, outfit style at this point, which Hannah, DJ, Seb, and Matt have seen.
Yep.
One day I'll get to see.
I've seen him both in his polos. Yes, primarily before the pandemic. Although I think you wore some t-shirts, like, before the pandemic.
I'm
Just
trying to
very
look back
rarely,
at
though.
all of the times I've ever seen Alan, and, like, all of them for the year and a half that I knew him in person.
Polos.
Nothing, just polos. Nothing's coming to mind. Oh god.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you always only saw me one day a week, and I would typically wear a polo whenever I went out. It was just one of those things that works. Like, oh, I should remain professional looking, blah, 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 semi-professional, blah, whatever, you know?
Sure. It's terrifying.
Why is that terrifying?
No,
Ellen, the most terrifying person here. With his polos.
Okay, huh?
Terrifying.
The man who literally secretes TJ.
Oh, look out!
Oh, that's a little bit too far.
I mean, yeah, like, actually, if you think about it, isn't TJ basically wearing a polo in a way?
Oh shit, he is!
More proof that TJ should have been my character.
well, I'm sorry. I wanted to voice someone, and I couldn't voice Chase. So
You could have been Chase.
no.
You could have been the one awkwardly flirting with all the gay men.
That would have been
Yeah.
really
It's way-
funny, I'm not gonna lie.
It's way funnier to have the ace do it than the bot.
Achieve your dreams.
The two wouldn't look out of place for a
Wearing
cunt.
polo right now.
I am wearing a polo right now.
The two wouldn't look out of place on a country club greenway, but here they stand out something fierce. I realized then that there's a much smaller person behind them. A Finnic girl with big, lengthy head fur that goes all the way down to her shoulders. One of them, the one in the teal polo with a beer gut, sets out a rack of pool balls on the table. The other horse with the red polo and gray muzzle fur speaks up, shaking his head and pointing toward the balls in the triangle.
Shaking his what now, Alan?
I just said ball. Just the one. I know you're trying to make it weird, but that's not. Look, you're gonna.
Hey dude,
regret
Lance
that.
Armstrong only has one.
All right, you're gonna regret that, DJ. Don't you worry. This scene will make you regret that. I can't make out everything, but it sounds like he's insisting on the 8-ball always goes on top. The teal-shirted one lets out a dismissive noise, making a point of placing the 8-ball somewhere in the center of the rack. I feel my phone buzz in my pocket. Quickly reaching down, I check the message. It's from Leo.
We're all gonna hang out at your... Excuse me, that wasn't a good voice for Leo. We're all gonna hang out at your old hood tomorrow at 2. Would you want it? Would be good if you come. I honestly feel a little bad for him now.
That same welling of guilt takes hold in my chest, like stones in my ribcage.
More text from the Evil X.
I glance up at
Not
Dax in
evil.
surprise. The
He
sound
really-
meter... What now?
Wait, what did you just say, Sam, about...
I said he's not evil. He's just disgustingly attached to Chase. I mean, he's not evil in this way.
I'm so happy you're not mad at him anymore. It makes
Oh,
me
I'm
happy.
so mad. I'm still mad about
Oh,
my
I'm
missing legs.
so mad.
He's just a problematic little freak.
Also, hi, Sam.
Uh,
Damn.
But yeah, no. And here's the best part. Harry, you know the worst thing about Leo now, right?
No, I'm not talking about it. It's fine. I'm not talking about it.
You want me to point it out
I
to you?
refuse to get into it because if I do, I'm gonna get shot in the back of the head by Alan.
Okay, I'm just gonna text this to you real quick.
What did I do now?
Personally, I would say it's nowhere near as bad as some people think it is. However, I could understand why some people would say it's really bad. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the one that made me go, oh, fuck this dude.
Really? There's something worse than what we've already seen with him? Great.
Yeah.
Wait, worse than
To be fair,
cutting off a leg.
to be fair, his relationship with Chase all the way up until the game Echo really is kind of... Nope, never mind. I'm just... You know what? No,
we'll
I
get
can't
to that
talk about
later.
this.
We'll get to that
I
later.
can't. It's so messy. It's so messy.
Leo is a complicated character. A complicated character that I have mixed feelings towards because I want to like him, but I just can't.
What did I do this time? I'm so scared.
You'll find out in the future.
I'm so scared.
Don't worry, this route Leo's not gonna do the awful thing that I really can't forgive.
God. Oh
So
God, I
that's
just
the
realized
impulse in this
something.
route.
I just realized something terrible.
You can send it to me as a message. We'll talk about it later.
No, it has nothing to do with Echo. Something about my own life that I'm kind of terrified that happened to me.
Oh
it's fine.
no, we can.
It's
if
fine.
you'd like to talk about that later when we're not recording.
Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It matters to us.
If you want, I can pause and we can discuss this.
No, it does not need to get. It does not need to get this. Does not need to get discussed.
If that's what you prefer, then we can do that. Okay.
Yeah,
We love
it's
you,
fine.
Harry.
It's not a big deal.
I mean,
it is. It is important, but it's long in the past, and I mostly don't care anymore.
Okay, well,
Imagine,
if you ever want to talk, feel free, okay?
imagine me giving you a hug.
Cool. I'm gonna take like 30 seconds to throw some stuff out. I'll be right back.
Okay. I glance up at Dax in surprise, the salamander having turned to face me. Again, I thought about how fucking eerie his bright eyes sticking out from the blackness and staring at me is. He's not evil.
Alright, Harry just said he had to go.
Yeah, you can do it for now, DJ.
I mean, you folk all get super antsy every time he texts you. Like, an X is just that. An X. You don't gotta worry about them anymore.
Daxon crosses his forearms and rests them on the table for a moment before hastily pulling them back. He grimaces, wiping his arms on the fabric of his shirt. Looking down, I can see that it's been a while since the surface table has been properly wiped down. There's no napkins in sight either. I peer at the message again, trying to think of what to say in response. Well, the circumstances are kinda different here. He's been one of my closest friends since I was really young, and when I left for college, we never actually broke up.
Oh.
The skin on his face pulls tighter, though I can't make out what expression he's making.
So he's not actually your ex then?
We haven't been together in 3 years. Hell, before this trip, I hadn't even spoken to him in the last 12 months. That's not exactly true at all, now is it? The heavy feeling in my chest grows stronger. Look, I don't have time to go over the past 15 years of our relationship. So yeah, there you go. That's even more proof that Chase has known Leo since he was like 6.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I know there's one route where he says like Leo just moved in. Carl's route. He's like, Leo just moved in, and he and Carl are like 10, and Leo cannot speak a lick of English for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. He holds up the flat of his rubbery palms.
So what we learned today is that Carl's route just shouldn't exist because it contradicts literally everything we know about everybody in every other route.
Oh no, we shouldn't be that mean. Carl's route is very much obviously the first one that they wrote, in my opinion. And you can see where they're like kind of getting a foothold in what they really want to do. And the Leo's routes where they like start to actually blossom and flourish, in my opinion.
I see.
That's why I like Leo's route on. I'm like, oh, I love everything else. Carl's route, I will fully admit, I view it as the weakest, but not because of the characters. It's just because that scenario is not that compelling to me.
I just pictured Alan going to Carl's route. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yep. Sorry, just trying to get to know you all.
He turns back around. Smooth, Chase. I type back my reply to Leo. I'll be there. The sound of bellied laughter from the pool table catches my attention. The red poloed equine slaps the back of the smaller Finnick, who looks to have just been made a pretty nice shot. Her head fur flutters in front of her face, and then slips right off, falling onto the pool table. A wig. I realize now that the Finnick isn't actually a girl at all. At least not physically. Chase, if... I don't know. This is like a situation where it's cross-dressing, so like technically they wouldn't be female, but if that person did identify as female, then Chase, you need to be more fucking trans positive and everything. Trans rights, man.
It's Pride Month.
Yeah.
Get along with it.
Yeah, I know, it is Pride Month. What the fuck, Chase?
Well, it's like March for them, so maybe he's not
True.
on top of this
You're right.
thing right now.
It's like that one video from Brandon Rogers.
I don't know.
That doesn't make every other month a Prussian month. Just because one month is Pride Month doesn't make it okay to be transphobic every other month.
Well, the corporate says otherwise.
Yeah, I mean,
no.
it got better because I got richer.
What?
Did you see the
Oh,
Did you see the
God.
picture? This one actually made me really angry.
Oh,
It was a
no.
picture of Bethesda, of like their logo during Pride Month, and it said under captions, Pride Month is acceptable for companies support Pride Month except when they don't, because it was like Pride Month. It was Bethesda's account in America, and like Twitter had the Pride Month stuff, but their account is in like Afghanistan and whatnot didn't
Yeah.
during Pride Month. It's like, yeah, no,
And
they-
like all the Middle Eastern countries, they don't have that. In my opinion, if you're gonna do it everywhere. If you're not, don't.
exactly. The companies don't care about Pride Month. They only care about it to make money.
Yeah.
They only
Yeah.
care about you for as far as you can make them money.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care if you're for or against Pride Month for many different reasons or whatever. The fact is, companies, they suck. They shouldn't
Don't say
do
you're
that.
for it to just make money off of people, right? Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the thing that I think is what's so egregious about it is that it's two-faced. Basically, you're saying you support them, but then immediately are showing that you don't actually do so. At least be honest that you're not supporting. Don't fucking pretend you do.
And don't pretend you do to make money off people, right? Like, don't be like,
Especially.
we support you. Just give us money.
Dax and Sola as well, and we exchange a brief glance. The two men don't seem to pay much mind outside of a brief chuckle. Behind them, a red light flicks on, and another group becomes visible at the table to their rear. There's a 30-something German shepherd with a pompadour cut head fur and a black muscled shirt stretched taut over his large chest. He's watching the billiards game intently. His arm is around the back of the seat next to him, and in that seat is Flynn, staring right at me. Fuck. God, how long has he been there? Could he see us the whole time?
Probably.
Daxon sees him too, the salamander forcing a toothy smile and waving at his roommate from across the bar. Flynn doesn't wave back. He just keeps staring.
Oh man, he's so terrible. He's such an awkward mess. I love him.
You mean Daxon?
Dak?
Yeah,
Dude, I
he's
love
such an
this guy.
awkward mess. I love him.
I love this guy so much.
Oh yeah, well, okay, I'm curious if you guys have figured out what this place is so far. Just from, like, the small little context clues that you've gotten.
Is this a gay bar?
Kind of.
Assume it's some sort of fetish bar.
Kind of as well.
Hey, what did
Oh
you-
wait, is this a
Brothel?
No, well, yeah. I'm assuming it's a sex club. I can't think of the actual term of it, but is it a
Brothel?
is it like a coasting spot?
Okay,
But,
I don't know
at the
what that
bar.
term is, but you'll find out
Coasting
soon.
is where you hook up. Coasting is where gay men go.
Okay, then you'll find out soon enough one way or the other.
Yeah.
The seconds pass, and nothing happens. We just sit here, and he sits there, and neither of us moves. Eventually, Daxon pushes himself up to his feet, and I reluctantly follow suit. Everything goes quiet as we make our way to the other table. I feel a tingling sensation around my whiskers that goes all the way back to my spine. I don't belong here. I can't tell if the pool table group is looking at me, but it feels like they are. So this is Ryan.
It is voiced by Jenna.
So,
Awesome.
Hannah, do you want to be Ryan, or do you want like somebody else to pick up Ryan?
Dude, Brian is like this big buff dude.
I mean, I could- I mean-
I will fully mention Ryan kind of sucks.
Okay.
Are we gonna make Hannah play just every villain?
He's not a villain. He just sucks.
Okay.
Overly flirtatious to a point where it's creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, Hannah, I want Hannah to do this now, and I want her to stare at me the whole time she does it.
Dear Lord.
Glad I got a laugh, because that could have gone a lot of ways.
Okay.
I could continue voicing. I could continue voicing Ryan.
If you're cool with it, go for it. But if you need help with this, Hannah, whenever I'm about to say something like weirdly flirty or whatever, the way I get into my Chase voice is I think of DJ and I think of him and go, I want to get a divorce, and that's how I always like prep my lines.
Darn it. I was about to get really excited. You're like, whenever I have to get flirty, I think of DJ, and I'm like, aw.
I think of DJ and I say, I want a divorce.
So, just to prep, just imagine yourself being a...
Oh,
It's fine.
There's so much I'm gonna have to bleep from this episode, and we haven't even gotten to the stuff that I know is gonna have to get censored.
Oh, I think this is going to be the episode where you get to learn a lot, where I get to educate you all on gay stuff.
It is actually kind of interesting that you popped in for this episode.
Right. See, I thought I was getting ready for Pikmin, but... but the Lord had other plans today. So this guy, I'm assuming, is what we would call a chicken hawk.
I've
I actually know what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I will admit the one reason I know what that is. I just finished reading Fun Home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Chicken hawk is an older man.
Oh, okay. And that's gonna have to get bleeped. So many things are gonna have to get bleeped.
Yep.
That was a bear.
No,
bear's like a big
type.
burly body type, hairy man.
Of a muscular, heavy-set, or very hairy... of a muscular or heavy-set body type, also accompanied with a lot of hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually older.
Because I know, like, if they're thin and hairy, then they're otters, from what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that why Chase is an otter?
Oh my god.
Alright.
Whenever you're ready, Hannah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Trying to think.
This cannot be undone.
Honestly, I might be skipping over some of this stuff, so who knows?
Alright. We'll see. Okay. Well, holy shit. Would you look at that? An otter in the water.
The German shepherd speaks up, with an accent that sounds more West Coast than Southwestern. Oh, I forgot about that. So you get to sound like a California dude, bro.
California dude, bro.
California.
Dude, bruh.
Dude, get
Dude, bro.
Bruh.
He drops his arm from Flynn's chair, beaming at me with his reddish-brown eyes. The canine turns his attention towards Daxton, eyeing him over. The salamander has his hands folded together, smiling nervously.
And Daxton.
Daxton blinks.
Evening? Have we met?
The man chuckles.
Nah. But I've seen you before. Whenever I came over to Scale Boy's house here, you're always in your room all loner-like.
Flynn's slitted gaze flicks from Daxton to me. His expression seems to harden before my eyes.
The fuck are you doing here?
His scaled fingers curl up into a fist briefly before unfurling, the large lizard fidgeting in his seat. His tie is gone, and he's unbuttoned most of his shirt. Okay, play this cool, Chase. Found your phone.
You already haven't.
Thank you. Thank you for immediately calling me out like that.
I mean, the moment someone says, play this cool, they haven't.
Yeah, that's already a lost cause.
Found your phone with the
Break
invite
their
to this
dreams.
place. It was all propped up and everything. It was all propped up and everything. I say that last part with a bit of an accusing tone. Flynn narrows his eyes slightly.
Invite? You didn't tell me you're bringing some friends. That's a first.
The shepherd grins again. Tension so thick you could cut it with a knife doesn't seem to dissuade his cheery demeanor.
I didn't.
He makes an acknowledging grunt, his gaze flicking between us for a moment.
So bad. Well, I'm Ryan. You know Flynn. And I know Dexton. So, who are you?
He looks at me, expectant. Before I can speak, Flynn does.
Chase.
His tone is terse, bordering on an outright warning.
Jeez. Ha! Fucking otters are cute as hell. Like, you get your wee stubby fingers, plus you're all squeaky and shit.
It finally said it.
I blanch, not sure whether to be flattered or offended. I look down at my fingers. They're not stubby, are they? Is he negging
That's
me?
the first thing Chase cares about.
Neg
Are my
your
fingers
princess.
really
Neg your
stubby?
princess.
Ryan just grins, the red light glistening upon the enamel of his fangs.
Take a seat, you two. Good to see Scaleboy actually has friends.
Daxton looks down at one of the red fabric chairs with a wary demeanor.
As long as they're not too sticky.
This elicits a throaty, crackling cackle from the dog.
Where did the chair?
Much like yours.
Ho ho. Fuck me, man. Good one.
I take a seat across from Flynn, who is now staring at a wall. Glancing over, I notice that Daxton had been standing with his hands folded behind his back, his posture completely vertical. Just like Captain Amicus does in that Astra.
Aww. I like this guy more and more the more we learn about him.
Daxton is one of like the fan favorites for when it comes to the side characters. Like the three favorites are Kudzu, Daxton, and Micah. Though usually the top two that I've been seeing a lot are usually Kudzu and Daxton. Though I do like Micah a lot as well.
Have we met Micah?
Not yet. Micah's in Jenna's route.
Okay.
Micah just swears a lot. That's
Look,
why
I
people
love
like
him. I love him. He's got little shit energy, and I adore him for that.
No, I get that.
The salamander scoots past and takes a seat beside me. He fishes out Flynn's phone from his pocket and slides it over to him across the table. Flynn looks at it for a good 3 seconds before snatching it and shoving it back into his pocket.
You're
I didn't ask for this.
Daxton just shrugs indifferently. Flynn looks at me again, his expression less intense, but still a frown. I don't remember who this is.
first boy. Or no, this is the Fennec.
Oh, okay.
That
Who
should be
wants to
action.
Okay, go for it.
Well, Hannah can't talk to herself.
I know, I said go for it, DJ.
Oh no, I guess I deserve this.
I was gonna say, should
Hi.
out. Never mind.
A quiet yet shrill-toned voice peeps up from behind us.
Oh,
Turning,
sorry. Hi.
I see it's the gender-ambiguous Fennec Fox from earlier. They quickly walk past us, tugging lightly on Ryan's shirt. They mumble something I can't quite make out, and Ryan practically coos back at the little Fennec. He reaches up, squeezing their waist, and they make a little noise. Ryan pulls out his wallet, withdrawing a few bills, and hands them to the fox. The middle-aged horse duo walks up as well, cues and grasp. The one with the red polo bumps into the Finnick, resting a hand on their shoulder. They flinch initially, before a sheepish smile forms upon their lips. The Finnick spins around clumsily, nearly toppling over onto the table. The older male catches them and keeps them in place. This was one of the horses.
Easy now, desert cutie.
They wrap their arms around the equine's girthy midsection, their paws gingerly patting at his back pockets.
Oh, you want some money for something from the bar, sweetheart? Don't know where the tender's gone and ran off to.
Red Polo fetches a $20 bill for the fox, placing it in the little one's maw. They're treating them like a youngling, but the fox looks to be at least 30 years old from the sagging of their face and the splotchy fur.
Oh, fucking course. Casey's doing that bidding war bullshit again.
Finn takes a swig of his booze. The older men stare at him, suddenly looking a bit uneasy. Red Polo turns, trying to usher Casey away toward the main counter. However, the fox seems to resist. They squirm, quickly writhing out of the equine's grasp and stumbling their way over toward Flynn, nearly crawling on top of Ryan to do so. Everyone seems to freeze in place as the fox pushes their muzzle up close to Flynn's. Flynn looks dull-eyed back at the Finnick.
I don't got any money for you.
That's me, right?
Yep.
It's okay. I just want to make you less grumpy.
They look at each other, saying nothing. Flynn's parts his lips slightly, and the fox pushes their face against his, maws meeting in a deep kiss. His eyes go wide for a moment, then shut tight, returning the affection just the same. My heart feels like it stops, and my sweat goes cold. I feel sick, like I want to puke or something. I mean, I had felt a sort of deep, gnawing feeling since I saw Ryan's arm around Flynn, but I guess I wasn't prepared for something so visceral. But I don't do anything. I just sit there and watch. Ryan, meanwhile, grasps the fox's rear, grinning that Cheshire way he does.
See, you're not pussing the whole night, Flynn.
One of the horses again.
Say that. I don't want to say that.
You don't have to.
Okay.
We'll just skip that line, because, yeah, this scene's gonna get... That's just a taste of how weird this scene's gonna get.
So does Casey ever get a model?
No.
I don't like that this GNC character is in this role.
This
Gender non-conforming character.
This entire scene is one of the more uncomfortable scenes in this entire game.
Okay.
This is probably like the roughest
There
part
is-
of this game.
There is actually, like, one of the creepiest things I've ever seen in Echo is actually from the smoke room, which is here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just gonna have to go on a little soapbox, and so there's a thing where LGBTs, Mo guys, all the alphabet soups
Mm-hmm.
will try to isolate themselves. So it'll be like, let's try to specifically for trans people, specifically for trans, pans, and ace, and occasionally bisexual as well. Well, also bisexual. I should say occasionally it happens, but it's mostly the big target is right now is trans and ace people, especially trans people. But they'll be like, take the T out of LGBT, and this is the thing of like, if we're not going to make the gays scary, we're going to make the transes scary, or like as like the dirty or the other. And here they have, we're like, oh well, we need to make this like a seedy place. I don't know if that like this is the intent, but this is how I'm reading. It's uncomfortably me reading this as like, oh, here we have this like sexually dangerous or sexually dubious place. So we're gonna signify that by having a cross-dresser here.
I can see where you're coming from with that, and I will agree it's probably not the best for how it's being presented. I don't think that's what the intent of the writers for this game was overall, but I agree, you're right, it is able to be read that way, unfortunately.
I don't think it's intentional, but it's like how there's embedded homophobia, there's embedded transphobia, and I'm like, this does not read well. I don't think that I don't necessarily think somebody's like, oh, and this is me sneaking in my this is me telling people how trans people are gross, but it's not a good
as I
one.
mentioned, I've checked the Twitter accounts from the various people who make this game, and I don't remember any of them being transphobic.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure Cass isn't trans. She's drag.
Right.
Yeah,
So
Casey there.
Casey.
Yes, Casey.
Yeah.
I think Casey. I don't think she's trans. I think she's drag.
Yeah, I actually think that Casey even has he/him pronouns, because I do think it's more drag. That's why I was saying this is one of those weird situations where it's that border on what's drag, what's actually being trans, and it is honestly at the end of the day the identity. Do they identify as it or not?
Right.
And the thing is, we don't get to talk with Casey enough to really find out.
Right. That's the thing. Casey's not enough of a character for it to be elaborated on, so it's something where I'm not condemning them. It's just this is not a. I wish they didn't have a character who is doing gender non-conforming stuff in this role, because there's not enough there to really. That's a nuanced thing, and there's not enough of a character to really do something that nuanced without the potential for a bad reading.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So here's the point I'm trying to make is not that these people are bad, but when you do stuff, you gotta be really conscientious. When you do stuff, you gotta be very careful and do research and think about how things could be read, and sorry, I remember. But yeah, just when you do stuff, if you're gonna do something where it's gonna be trans or non-binary, things like that, just think about, don't make them a bit character without doing any research. Think about, how could this look? I know how I want it to look, but how could it look?
Yeah. And that's the thing, I don't think that they were trying to go for anything bad with this. I don't even think, like I said, I don't think Casey is meant to be trans. I think they were just meant to be, or even gender non-conforming. I think they were meant to be a cross-dresser or something like that. Because this...
Well, if you're a cross-dresser, you are gender non-conforming. So...
Oh, okay.
Because you're non-conforming to the gender roles.
Okay, because the thing that I will say here is, this entire scene is supposed to be the scary side of being gay, because it's a gay bar where things go real heavy.
Right.
I'm just gonna give that small spoiler, and we should actually get back to this because this episode's ballooning real quick.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Oh no, it's not your fault. We got distracted way earlier. So
I will notice that they were saying gay, so they were definitely putting some thought to how to use gender, or how to use pronouns.
Oh yeah.
Because they're okay, I don't know how to present, they're not saying he, because they're not presenting as a male. Mm-hmm. So there is some thought.
Alright. Red Polo turns, leaving his friend behind, and making his way toward the exit with a few huffed swears. The teal poloed male, who is some sort of Shire Clydesdale type, watches him leave, but doesn't follow.
There's the mirrored man.
Casey pulls back from Flynn, a string of saliva still hanging between their lips. Flynn's nostrils flare as he exhales upon the fox's face. That seems to set Casey off, and they kiss him again with even more ferocity. Daxton's looking at me now, his eyes wide. The salamander silently mouths a, "What the fuck?" I don't even have the capacity within me to respond with anything other than a curt nod.
Wow, a show for the new friends.
Teopolo is looking down at Daxton and I now.
Well, noting the festivities. You youngins want a drink or something? I'm Mike.
Nah, we're good.
I'll have 2 doubles of whatever tequila is the cheapest. Mike blinks.
I'll be right back then, kid. Let me find the bartender.
Rob's back in the smoke room. See Biscuit.
He uses his free hand, the one not currently groping, squeak squeak, and points towards a wooden door in the corner of the room by a potted plastic squarrow. The smoke room? Mike gives Ryan an uneasy look. I get the impression from his demeanor and the casino wristband he's wearing that he isn't a local.
Well, I'll be right back then.
He forces a smile before turning and heading towards the aforementioned smoke room. Ryan crosses his legs, letting his head roll from side to side before speaking up.
We should head there too, right, Flynn?
Flynn and the Finnick part lips again, the Gila looking at me before responding.
Alright.
Man, what? You.
All eyes shift to Daxton now. Flynn grunts.
You don't get to be a fucking judge, creep ass. Watch me at night and can't stand the sight of me mocking someone? Fuck's sake.
The round-faced salamander's jaw goes slack.
Daxton, watching and not helping's out's a real grave offense.
What the heck? What are you even talking about?
Daxton looks at me. I see nothing, thinning my lips.
You know what I'm talking about.
I truly don't.
Hey. Let's not play the he said, she said. Daxton Chase, you like to party?
The dog reaches into his pocket. The Finnick turns from Flynn, biting their lip as they begin to lean on Ryan's shoulder. They wiggle their hips in such a manner that Flynn gets a face full of fuzz, the Gila sputtering a bit. I'm reminded of a long bus rides home with Jen and Flynn back in junior high. Not that Jenna acted anything remotely like Casey, though. Flynn would be the aggressor, pulling on her fur and making native jokes until Jenna would donk him around the nose with a biology textbook. Ryan withdraws a small plastic baggie with about 6 tiny white spheroid dots inside. They kind of look like that expensive pebble ice cream they sell at theme parks.
Ben dots.
Yep. I had always wished Carl's parents would start selling that stuff, but they said it was a gimmick and that it doesn't make the ice cream taste better. He opens the little baggie, placing one of the pebbles on the eager Finnick's tongue, then his own. The German Shepherd rises to his feet. He's large, about as tall as Leo. He extends the baggie to Daxton and I. Before we can respond, Flynn interjects, swiping the baggie and closing it before handing it back to Ryan.
Yeah, nah, fuck her.
You deciding for them? Bit rude, my man. This shit ain't addictive unless you're depressed or something.
Jackson's got a heart condition. I'm fucking pretty sure, like, Chase has got drug tests for the summer internship to worry about.
Daxton crosses his arms over his chest.
I'm good. Candies from strangers and all that business.
Aw,
Speaking of...
Mike comes
Daxton, you're adorable. I love this guy.
I feel bad for Daxton because he did not sign up for any of this night.
Oh no, not at all. He's like, I don't go out that much, but sure, I like you guys. I'll hang out with you. And now he's like, I'm at a really
Never mind, I don't want to be here.
No, the thing is, like,
Ooh,
my favorite
creepy
thing
gay
about that
bar.
is, DJ, I don't go out that much. I'll hang out with you guys. Oh, now I know why I don't go out that much. I know now why I don't go out that much.
Yeah, no, Daxton in this moment is seriously considering whether or not he really should stay roommates with Flynn.
You should be
Honestly.
roommates with Carl.
Well, Flynn just was like, "You watched me masturbate," and Daxton's like, "What?"
What the fuck?
Yeah, Flynn's real mean sometimes.
Oh yeah.
My boy be angry.
Yeah, no. And honestly, like, genuinely, I would actually agree with, like, Daxton and Carl would probably be better roommates than Daxton and Flynn. Like, I could see the two of them hanging out and actually being decent with each other.
No, because Carl will somehow convince Daxton to try weed.
Okay.
And then nothing will get done in that house.
Okay, actually, I could see that outcome too. However, Daxton's very anti-drug from my memory.
The only time we know that is from this instance.
True. That's true.
Yes, no candy from a stranger, he said so himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if it was candy from a friend, we don't know yet.
So, I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to take anything that comes with the context of it's only addictive if you're depressed.
Oh, that's a bad idea. No matter what.
It's like, I don't like the minute I hear that, I'm like, so not taking any of that. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Mike comes out from the corner door with 2 drinks in his grasp. He has a sort of blank expression as he sets them down in front of me.
You got fun back there?
Ryan quickly deposits the baggie back into his trousers, pushing his chair in. Flynn stands up as well. This is your character, Sam, unless you want to hand him off to somebody.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was reading something. Didn't have time for fun. Had to tend to Kid Boozy here.
Kid Boozy? That sounds like one of them urban rap types. He spit rhymes, Chase.
Ryan chuckles. I look down at myself and back up.
Fuck no, he doesn't. I've seen Chase do cowboy poetry back in school. Not a pretty sight.
He looks at me, seemingly uncaring of the fact that
Cowboy
Casey is
poetry?
now all upon Ryan and not him.
I want to hear this. No. Folks who make Echo Project, I want a small, like, short where Chase is writing cowboy poetry. Please, thank you.
Honestly, this still might not end up in the final episode, DJ.
Darn. I want to hear cowboy poetry.
We'll just
What
have
even
to
is
make
cowboy poetry?
in another episode. Just be like the first thing that comes out of your mouth. I want to hear cowboy poetry.
When we get to Friday, maybe, but right now, it's already almost like 9:45. We gotta get through this scene.
Here we go.
I remember you and Carl got up and did yours about alien abductions and anal probes in the desert. Principal got pissed.
I let out a little huff as the memory comes back to me. I'm surprised he remembers that. Yeah, it didn't start off that way, but UFO rhymed with lasso, and it was all downhill from there.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
Anal probes, eh?
Ryan grins, reaching over and slugging my shoulder. His angle's off, so it's more like a tap than a punch. Daxton lets out a slightly exasperated noise.
That was your takeaway from that conversation.
Sound like you got a probe or two up yours, Daxton. Or a lack thereof.
Daxton
Now
closes-
it's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Daxton closes his eyes and rubs the flat of his nose, still looking a bit flustered from Flynn's accusation earlier. I clear my throat, speaking up toward the towering equine beside me. But, thank you, sir. I give the large horse a nod of appreciation before taking a hearty glug of one of the glasses. Oh my god, this fucking burns!
You asked for 2 shots of their cheapest tequila, dude.
My muzzle pulls into a grimace as I try to swallow as much as I can. Eyeing the glass, I only got a fourth of the way down the double.
The double. Jesus.
Guess I'm the designated driver now.
Ryan thumbs back toward the door to the aforementioned smoke room.
You wanna join?
We're good, Ryan.
Flynn practically pushes Ryan back, shuffling the seemingly attached Casey along with. A long silence follows, and all three of us watch them as they disappear behind the faded wooden door. I let out a long exhale, then place my face in my paws.
You don't know what he meant when he said I watched him jerk off. What the hell is he talking about?
I can hear the creaking of the seat across from me. Mike must be sitting down with us. You don't have to say that, Sam, if you don't want to.
Wait, is that me, Sam, or other Sam?
That is you, Sam.
No, this is you.
Oh,
This is
God,
Mike.
okay.
If you don't want to say this, just say skip.
Okay.
Actually, that is
I
a
can
rule.
say that.
If anyone has a line that they're like, oh, hell no, just say skip. Because this one, there's
Actually, I
going
can
to be
do
a
this
lot.
one because it's not sexual violence or
Okay.
sexual derogatoryism. I would take it as the highest compliment if somebody was watching me.
We're leaving my room again.
Poor Daxton.
I'm assuming you youngins are also new to this dusky establishment, is that right?
Wow.
I keep thinking that the character's name is Ryan. That's why I'm like, that's not me.
Yeah, no, you have Mike, and you actually got it spot on, it looks like. Mike speaks in a sort of southern drawl cadence.
Because he's a horse.
Bayou than prairie.
Yeah. And if you ain't gonna drink that, kid, I'll gladly finish it for you.
I uncover my eyes, slowly reaching for the glass of auburn liquid and bringing it again to my lips. If I'm not gonna share with anyone, I failed kindergarten for a reason.
It's like that one quote from Eminem lyrics.
The second time doesn't hurt as much, and I managed to swallow another fourth without any tears. Yeah, this is the first time for me. How'd you find out about this place? He crosses his arms, leaning back in his seat. The chair creaks in audible protest to his weight.
I was about to ask the same thing about... I was about to ask the same thing of you. Was wondering what cute pups like you would be doing in a place like this. I had a couple of meetings down in Peyton, so I stopped by the casino for a few hours with the one-armed bandit. So I have one of them sex applications you download on your cell phone, right? Downloaded that all by yourself, did you?
That's
Oh,
not
sorry.
Downloaded that all by yourself, did you?
Daxton comments dryly.
Well, can't exactly get my nephew to help me on that one, could I?
You could. It'd just be very awkward. Much like this whole night.
Daxton's staring at the wood grain of the table.
Oh, Dax. Dax.
Favor up, yeah? Well, anyway, I was in this sex application. This fella starts chatting me up. The huffy one I was just with. He was also staying at the casino. He also has my same accent. I was suggesting we come down here for some fun, so... Oh, sorry. He was suggesting that we come down here for some fun. We both sound the same, so it's hard to tell who was suggesting what. So I followed suit. Place was packed with Fennec folk earlier. They all went through here, though. There, though.
He points towards the corner door.
So this place is for gay guys, right?
That's most probably the case. Is that okay with you?
A slight smile curls up on the edge of Mike's maw. And Daxon is rocked to a brief stutter.
I don't give a care, you know? You don't... If you do you, I'll do me.
Maybe I'll do you too, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Daxon looks like
You're
he's been
trying to be
slapped.
like, I'm not gay, but like I'm okay with this being a gay bar, and he's trying to be cool about it. It's just not working for him.
Because he has to outright state that he's not gay, you know? If they're gonna take the hint. Daxon looks like he'd been slapped, his tail coiling inward. Mike just chuckles in a bassy rumble.
Oh boy, that straightened your curls, didn't it? Did you download that all by yourself? Ha, you sassy little shit.
My phone vibrates.
Is that, a hail from Tactical?
I love that Dax is like, anything, I will fucking roleplay with you if I can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Daxon says this as if it's physically painful for him to utter those words. Mike's expression shifts, and he looks curiously at the salamander. I check my phone. It's from Flynn.
I'm in the smoke room, alone.
Huh. The empty feeling that had taken hold of me seems to alleviate some, and is quickly replaced by a whole new sort of anxiety. So maybe he's not leaving me high and dry after all. But what the fuck is he doing?
A hail from Tactical.
It's a reference.
I hold up my phone. Flynn wants to talk to me, I think.
Never straightforward with him, is it?
I didn't know kids still watched Adastra. I knew it.
Love his expression.
What?
What?
Answer me now, boy.
I mean, that's the thing. Daxon really shouldn't be that surprised. This dude's in his 50s. The show is 50 years old. Daxon's attention
It's acting like just because they have the internet they invented culture.
I mean, they are dirty, filthy millennials in this game.
Right.
They feel the world is owed to them, as it is to us in our group.
Y'all make one AOE and you think you invented...
Oh my god, Sam, I had to bleep that.
I didn't even understand what that meant.
You don't need to know.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll educate you. Oh, wait. Was that Harry?
Yeah, that
Yes,
was scary.
it is.
Oh, Harry. I'm sorry. No, just Harry. You're so young. So young and innocent. Uncorrupted by the ravages of the
I'd agree
world.
with the young part. I wouldn't agree with the innocent part.
Well, I know. Well, I'll tell you later, Harry. It will work out because I'm telling you all the I'm suggesting horrors for you, so this will be a fun horror for you to experience.
Good luck, Harry.
Daxon's attention snaps so quickly back to Mike, it's almost comical. I'll be right back. You can text Carl or something and ask if he wants to come in. I push myself up to stand, realizing my legs feel kind of weak. I hadn't noticed much of the time, but they were shaking earlier, something fierce. There's a no smoking sign hanging from the corner door. A little irony, I guess. With a low breath and a straightening of my shirt, I pull the handle and step inside. Alright, so here is the point of no return. If at any point you guys feel uncomfortable, feel free to dip. I will not call anyone out.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
This scene is intense.
I will say, depending on one of the choices you can make, something that actually did disturb me was in here.
Yeah, when we get to a choice, I will ask the people who are still here to pick. I will let you know, though, there is an immediate out option if we want to get the hell out of this scene as quick as possible. So,
Okay.
We go having fun, baby.
So Chase and Flynn open up the door to the back area of the restaurant that they're in, only to find not A horrible scene that had to be cut from this video, but instead, a dolphin exhibit. Chase stares at the
here's the
dolphins.
aquarium.
Wow, Flynn, how much do you know about dolphins?
A little bit. Don't research the things too much, but I mean they're cool to look at.
Okay, well that's pretty neat. I mean, being kind of aquatic myself, I get to hang out with like other aquatic animals, but I've never hung out with a dolphin.
Huh. I mean, I guess you don't find that many in Echo.
That is true. I think that they would die from the heat.
I'm surprised that you haven't.
Oh no, I've been dead for like the past, I don't know, 15 years.
Huh?
I've been a ghost this entire time, Flynn.
Oh. Wait. No, that still doesn't explain it.
Remember me.
Pretty sure you're not the one that died.
Oh, finally.
Okay, we're done. There's a good chance that like an hour of that's just gonna be cut.
Yeah.
So what did we learn today, class?
Squeak.
Squeak, squeak,
Don't
squeak.
go to weird, strange places and agree to hook up
Otters
at
go
a weird,
squeak.
strange place.
I'm suddenly feeling happy that I never went to Boys Town past 8 o'clock.
All right, well, say goodbye, everyone.
Hey, y'all are not little freaks who get up to weird stuff on Tuesdays.
Seen
Okay.
some weird things in Boys Town, but I've never seen that before.
I haven't stopped the recording yet, but I just want to point out to you, Sam, that no, thankfully most Tuesdays we don't go through that scene. This was just one special week. A real fucking weird week, but a special one. And I don't think we'll ever go through that again.
Nope.
So let's redo it each year. Each
There's so many other games I would rather redo every year. I don't want to redo that every year. Alright,
year.
so say goodbye for real this time.
Bye.
Bye.